it's going the wrong way. The scale is going the wrong way. Day 9 recap. Put on 0.7 of a pound. Now, granted, yesterday was a planned eating day for the post-workout meal. Chicken, white rice, and corn. Probably overdid it on the chicken. Got a lot of protein in that one meal. And I knew I was only going to get the protein in that meal. And so I probably went a little bit overboard. I probably got about 100 grams of protein in that meal. So again, it's an experiment. I'm trying to figure out what the right formula is. Even though the scale went up, I'm not all that sad or mad about it. And I mean, I question about the scale going up, but I have to figure that out. But I'm still at a fairly good weight that in my fitness journey so far this year. So I'm still happy about that. So I still got to figure out the scale or the right way to do this eating on workout days. And my question still remains, if I end up doing the eating on a workout day, because I'm trying to get that protein in, how long after that do I, if I become hungry, I had this meal probably early afternoon. I think I did my workout around 2 o'clock or something like that. So I ate within the hour after it. So if I become hungry, say at 6 o'clock or whichever, is it okay to start eating? Because I did. I had another smoothie. I had a smoothie for the evening, and then just kind of feeling full for all that, I just kind of kept it to that. I didn't snack or eat anymore for the rest of the night. But I'm not sure if there's an actual timing about when it's okay to start taking in that sugar again. Because going back to one of my other questions in my other video, it's the same thing is, the protein and fat are kind of still in your body, and try not to combine that with the sugar, but yet you still, I'm still trying to take something in. So again, folks, if you are out there and you have experienced this and you have a sage piece of advice as far as if there's a time frame, is it 2 hours? Is it 3 hours? Is it just don't eat for the rest of the day? That's fine too, because then if that's the case, then what I do is I will restructure my day so that I'm eating that post-workout meal kind of in the evening or later in the day, knowing that I'm going to basically water fast for the remainder of the day. So again, it's the experiment. I'm trying to figure this thing out. The scale the last couple of days has going, back up in the wrong direction. But what can you do, right? We just kind of work with it. So today is going to be another full day of sugar fasting. I'm going to try to stick to as much wet fruit as I can. I think I've gotten away from the wet fruit for the last few days. And again, I'm just trying to find out what those commonalities are and why maybe the scale is going in a different direction. I've been doing a lot of smoothies and dried fruit and things like that. So today I'm going to try to I did a juice this morning, added some honey for that. And then I'll try to stick to a lot of wet fruit today as much as I can. Try to avoid the candy as well. I only had a couple handfuls of gummy candies yesterday. One thing from yesterday is I didn't have any coffee yesterday. Now, I brewed an entire pot. But before I even started taking in my coffee, I made a smoothie. And I drank that smoothie, and I completely forgot about drinking coffee. So I had my smoothie. I went about the morning. I think I maybe recorded the recap video or something like that for yesterday. Then I went out and did my yard work, and it took me, a couple few hours out there, and I drank water when I was out there, but I realized that I had not had any kind of coffee at all. And by the time I realized it was already kind of early in the afternoon. I realized it before my workout, decided I'm not going to have it for my workout. I actually experimented yesterday with some honey before my workout. So I took a couple spoonfuls of honey, had a pretty good workout. It was hot in my garage, so that kind of zaps you too. And I had just gotten done being out in the sun doing yard work, so I was a little bit zapped, but still had a pretty decent workout with spoonfuls of honey for energy. And then again, I remembered that I didn't have coffee, and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna experiment with not having any coffee for the day. So I didn't, and didn't have a caffeine headache as I normally probably would have. And I wasn't super craving it either. So that was interesting. I've heard about this on the sugar fasting or sugar diet about people kind of getting off of caffeine and coffee, or caffeine, I should say. So that was the first time that I had actually not had any coffee in a day in a long, long time. Before that, I know it was tapering off, and I think I mentioned that in some of the other videos. It was kind of tapering off. I'd have 1 or 2 cups a day. So, maybe that's a good thing for the day. But again, trying to figure out why the scale is going in the opposite direction. So I think overall now, since I've been doing this is actually day 10, start of day 10, and I'm at 4.5 pounds, 4.6 pounds down. So again, I'm not really too worried about it. It's been an experiment. It's been kind of fun to do, and kind of take you guys along in this journey. So yeah, drop me any kind of comments, hit the subscribe button. Let me know what you think about my timing for resuming sugar fasting after a meal. Do I end up waiting the rest of the day and just kind of resuming the next day, or what does that look like? So I think that's it for today. And until the next time, I'll see you.